Hey Narwhals, I'm your host Luke Narwhal, and welcome back to another weight loss video. Hope you enjoy. Anyone else not want to do social activities until they're in shape? Title: No, I don't want to go to your party. No, I don't want to go on your hiking trip. And no, I don't want to date. No one wants a lumbering fat dude around. I've done this song and dance. All it does is make me feel horrible about myself. I've lost over 20 pounds in the last 3 months while regaining old muscle and strength, but it's not enough. I have no desire to do social activities until I objectively look good. Being the fat friend is horrible. I'm always the third wheel. I'm always the one outside the social circle. I'm always lagging behind on the bike ride or whatever it is that we're doing. So why bother anymore? I don't. I'm working out 7 days a week and my main priority is getting in shape. Everything else is secondary. That's how bad I want this. I'm tired of being the side character in my own life. Anyone else feel this way? Thanks for reading. There is a Taoist story of an old farmer who had worked his crops for many years. One day, his horse ran away. Upon hearing the news, his neighbors came to visit. Such bad luck, they said sympathetically. Maybe, the farmer replied. The next morning, the horse returned, bringing with it 3 other wild horses. How wonderful, the neighbors exclaimed. Maybe, replied the old man. The following day, his son tried to ride one of the untamed horses, was thrown, and broke his leg. The neighbors again came to offer their sympathy for what they called his misfortune. Maybe, answered the farmer. The day after, military officials came to the village to draft young men into the army. Seeing that the son's leg was broken, they passed him by. The neighbors congratulated the farmer on how well things had turned out. Maybe, said the farmer. There are lots of interpretations of this tale. When I first heard this, the monk that told me said it was to teach us that different things in life can happen to us, but it's not the actual event that matters. It's simply a matter of perspective. You can lose weight, or you cannot. Either way, you can find a way to be miserable if you don't have the right perspective. Likewise, you can probably find a way to be happy either way too. I'm almost 100 pounds overweight, but I don't look so bad. I mean, I'm obviously fat, but people are always surprised by how much I weigh, and I don't have any issues in roller coasters, planes, chairs, etc. My life is normal. But even if I did, I like to think that I wouldn't let my weight stop me from living. I used to be like that, and then realized that if I died tomorrow, I'd have missed out on a bunch of great fun just because I thought I was too fat to deserve it. I understand where you're coming from, but it's a very unhealthy mindset. You deserve to be happy even though you're fat. Being fit will not solve all your problems. With the way you're thinking now, you'll probably still be unhappy and insecure even when you're at your goal weight. Work on that now before you get there so you can actually enjoy it. Interestingly, I do think this way about myself too, but never about other people. I'm a belly dancer, so I've been agreeing to participate in a lot fewer performances than usual over the last few years, because I never like how I look in my costuming since I gained weight. Yet, I absolutely love seeing other dancers that are above average in size because it makes me feel represented, and they are actually quite lovely to see. It reminds me that I'm not as disgusting as I think I am, that I should get out and be that person for other people. Worrying too much about criticisms from strangers is no way to live your life. If I refused to dance until I was skinny and objectively beautiful, I would never have found this piece of my life that means so much to me. I use my love of dance as a big motivator to lose weight too. If I never saw myself in an ill-fitting costume, I might have never gotten the motivation to lose weight. 40 pounds down and more to go. But at least I'm out dancing again. Good luck. I know how you feel. I do the same. But I don't want to validate it because I think it's a dangerous mindset to have. Your weight loss might be going great, but what happens if you lapse back? Your 8-month target suddenly starts turning into a 1.5 years, or it turns into a fitness goal after that. When are you going to draw the line and engage with life with the body that you have now? I think the 2 other comments that challenge you on it are good, and I'm also taking note from them. Although you are technically kind of right about most things you're saying, you are definitely hyper-focused on the negatives while not considering the positives. There are a lot. So yeah, while being a healthy weight is important, and while it does suck being the fat friend, You are actively ignoring that your friends love you enough to invite you. The fact that you actually have friends, and the fact that being fat isn't absolutely everything. What you say is true to some degree, but if it was 100% true like you claim, your friends would be too disgusted to even talk to you. So at least to a degree, you've kind of exaggerated it, or some of it is in your head. I have faith that you will beat these self-deprecating thoughts once you beat your weight loss, because you remind me of me. Your challenge after beating self-deprecating thoughts will be being overly proud. Want to know how I know? Because self-deprecation is just another form of being self-centered. Therefore, once you find some worth, you'll still be self-centered, but just on the other side of the spectrum. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, just saying that it's the path you will most likely head down. In a way, being self-centered actually makes you want to change your health. In the end, you will mature despite what you do, and everything will be okay anyway. Sorry about the therapy session. You are more than your weight. Please consider that these people like you and enjoy spending time with you. I think the only person disgusted by your fat is you. And if that motivates you to change, then fine, but try not to alienate friends. They're too hard to come by. And please spend some time focusing on all your other positive attributes, because everyone has them. You are much, much more than just a lumbering fat dude. First of all, keep up that good work. Just a little observation from my perspective, you have to learn to be comfortable with yourself first. Your happiness should not be contingent on the opinions of others. If you spend your days changing yourself to appease others, you are just going to find yourself an older, unhappier person. I spent 2 years of my life trying to change my body to catch the loving attention of someone close to me, and I found myself miserable and alone, even on my best days. You need to figure out how to find happiness. Once you find that, the weight management will follow at a faster and easier pace. I think this is a post I relate to the most in the subreddit. It's strangely comforting to know other people are going through something similar. It's been a while now that I've lost interest in many things I was active in because I know I look horrible doing them, like different types of dances. And I'm so sick of it. I'm so tired of pretending it doesn't matter how I look. So tired of feeling horrible in the company of my objectively good-looking friends. I tried to force myself to keep up my social life and my interests, but they only brought me more misery. I realized it's just not worth it until I start liking what I'm seeing in the mirror. It's a good motivator to take action and keep it up. I wish you all the best, and I hope you'll reach your goal and start loving your reflection and start living your best life. I didn't think I could start dating until I lost all the weight and put on muscle and whatever else. Basically, until I was ready, but what even is ready anyway? I'll never be ready. Well, 100 pounds lost, still have 100 to go, and I somehow found an amazing girl who likes me for me, just as I am. I don't even know if I would have found her if I'd waited until I was at my goal weight. Probably not. Honestly, this mindset that you can't do things or enjoy life because of your weight is holding you back. Yeah, there is always fear or anxiety due to not being happy with how you look, but why miss out on having a great time or meeting an amazing person just because you're working on yourself right now? Part of loving yourself is showing compassion for yourself. You don't have to be perfect before you can live your life. If you wait to be perfect, you'll never do the living part. Based on your comments regarding being the fat dude, I was not prepared to see that your current weight is about 200 pounds. I have personally dated many men who were over 200 pounds, even shorter men. I recently got hit on by a guy who is, conservatively because I didn't ask his weight, 275 to 300 pounds. I'm taken now, so I turned him down, but he was funny and thoughtful and mexy. I'd have dated him if I were not in a relationship. You have over 100 comments already on this thread, many of which are telling you to go live your life, and many of which you resist. I think you need to ask what emotional injuries are holding you back. Skinny people don't automatically have their problems melt away. They hurt too. And if you really want to live, you gotta face the pain you're trying to avoid. And that brings us to the end of the video, Narwhals. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, please tap subscribe to join our awesome community, the Narwhals, and for more weight loss stories that help you stay on track.